Welcome to the show, everybody. We got a show for you. I'm Donald W. Moore. I started Get Off My Lawn Records. And this podcast is really just about what's going on with the label.
It's supposed to be, anyway.
It's supposed to, I mean, we add filler because you guys don't want to hear me talk about making records all the time, do you? Leave me a comment, I guess. But we do. We talk about what's going on with the label. We talk about how I approach things. And we do. You have a section called Carissa Explains It All.
Yes.
Now, we're going to take a break from our normally scheduled science programming. You do quite a bit of, like, the last week was negativity bias.
Yeah.
And you've done physics stuff and, we're doing short science lessons, interesting stuff. But, yeah, this week after we do that, what do? We do one of my blatherings. We've done a lot of, like, pop culture stuff, but nobody seems to search for it, and...
Well, I told you not to do stuff that just to try to get search traffic. You got to do stuff that you like to do, and then people will watch. But, you don't listen to me, so.
I think a lot of people, they're watching the full show.
Okay.
And this show, we should address the fact that we're very late this week.
Very late.
So we're going to talk about that after we do our random blatherings. This week it was. What am I doing? The pros and cons of overdubbing.
Okay.
And then I think then we're doing the announcements, our goals, and a giveaway, right? Mm-hmm. Then we do our shout outs, and we got a lot of shout outs this week.
We do.
We have all the shout outs this week, y'all.
Really, all the shout outs.
And we're tagging each one of you in it too.
Oh God.
All right. All the shout outs. And then we have our number 6. And I believe I set that to Fender versus Squier.
Okay.
And I'll give my side of it, and at least, like, I don't know. Are you going to play devil's advocate?
I can.
You probably should.
I can. I do know enough to be able to play devil's advocate on that one.
But I know that one's gonna. I want to hear comments on that one. That'll be a fun comment section. Also, if you're watching now for the first time, hit subscribe. We do a lot of things. I did a lesson on how to play piano, right? Like how to get by on piano in 5 minutes.
I think it was more like 7 minutes, but...
No, okay. I can't. The runtime on the video was exactly 5 minutes.
Really? You got it down to 5?
It was 5 minutes on the money when you remove the title screens.
Nice. Okay.
So it is actually how to play piano in 5 minutes.
Yes.
And I don't know. I like it.
Okay.
But this week we're doing our last announcements video.
Yes.
We may continue to do a giveaway here and there, but we're getting rid of the announcements section. Mm-hmm. This is a big announcement this week, and then you guys don't want the weekly updates. I'll sprinkle them into the rest of the show. Right? So let's get started, right? Let's move on. Well, who the bleep are you? I almost forgot about you.
I am your beleaguered wife.
Beleaguered?
Yes.
Define beleaguered for the audience.
No.
And me.
No, that's okay.
Hey, listen, I know you got a better SAT score than I did.
No, I got about the same SAT score you did.
No, didn't you get a 1380?
No.
What'd you get?
It was like 1320, 1340, somewhere in there.
Because I got a 1330 on the money. And I got, a 730 in the math and a 600 in the verbal. So if you're going to use beleaguered...
I know I got higher than 600 in the verbal, but that's about all I remember.
Those tests are totally culturally biased, by the way.
Of course they are, and they've changed them since we took them.
That's true.
They're not even worth 1,600 anymore. They're like 2,400 or something now.
Well, they added a new section.
Is that what they did?
Yeah.
Ugh.
So we had 2 sections of 800s.
They were long enough the first time around.
They really were. I did mine hungover. Hi, Mom.
I think I stayed up late the night before, but I was not hungover, so.
Yeah. So let's move on. So you're my wife, right?
Uh-huh.
And you do our informative section, our edutainment.
I am the straight man.
Yeah. By the way, I'm curious about the comments. I have decided that this week I am going to roll with the hoodie unzipped.
Ooh.
I was watching Freeform Fridays session 2, and I was going, oh, I'm starting to look pretty trim these days.
Okay.
Maybe in a future video we'll do how I lost the weight.
Okay.
But I mean, it's a significant change even in the last 6 months. Like, if you go back to episode 1, you'll notice a difference.
Sure.
But I've decided now this thing's getting a little baggy on me. I can go back to wearing it unzipped and not feel like, well, I have to wear it unzipped.
Yeah.
So you do that, and we're going to do Carissa Explains It All. What are we doing this week for Carissa Explains It All?
This week...
Here's the phone of justice.
Oh, the phone of justice.
I don't know. We need a better name. It's a phone of Star Trek. It's really a Star Trek phone.
Star Trek phone. Okay, it's a communicator.
It kind of is.
Kinda. All right.
Deep Space Nine predicted the iPad.
Yes. Actually, I think the original Star Trek predicted the iPad.
I don't think so. I think it was
Yeah.
Deep Space Nine. Correct me in the comments. All right.
So this week, we are doing How Carissa Puts Up with Dawn.
How do you put up with me?
Well, up until the past 3 months, I would have said tequila, but...
Yeah. Stay tuned. We're doing a giveaway.
So, yes, how do I put up with you? Patience.
It's a virtue.
It is a virtue.
It's a virtue.
I am normally a rather patient person, and that really helps to put up with you sometimes.
Who took that picture?
I'm not sure if you did or I did, but it was on my phone. You like pictures, so I included pictures.
I do. I steal your phone and I take pictures for you.
So, yeah.
It's a good photo of Regal Cat.
It is a good photo of her with the, Oh,
That's my A11. That's the
That
Godangla
was-
Centaur.
that's what it is, yeah.
Is that... How old is that picture? Is that a window behind her? No.
No, that's
That's
the
the
wall.
chairs we sit on for
Yeah,
when we record.
yeah, well, it's on my current phone, so however long I've had my current phone, so it's less than a year and a half.
Yeah, it might have been... It wouldn't have been Freeform Friday Session 1. I didn't play the A11 on that. It would have been the one before that, maybe.
Maybe.
Anyway, so yeah, you have
Yeah.
a lot of patience.
Patience, so that helps. Experience. You and I have been together.
Why is that another picture of Regal Cat? I mean, I'm loving the Regal Cat pictures.
You want pictures,
Yeah.
so I literally just pulled all the pictures off my phone.
Okay,
There's not a single picture in here that wasn't saved on my phone.
Gotcha.
For some reason.
experience. You had experience of putting up with me before you knew me?
Well, no, I've been putting up with you for 12 years now.
That's true.
So, you were kind of dialed back in the beginning a little bit.
No, I wasn't.
You were trying to impress me a bit. So, yeah, you were.
Well, as every young man does.
Just a bit. So, yeah, there's that.
You're
know.
saying I don't try to impress you now? I strut around this house like a rooster.
Yeah. But you've done that since we got married.
Yep,
And this year it'll be 9 years.
that's true.
So, yeah. Strutting around the house like a rooster doesn't impress me anymore, sorry.
Yeah, but I've been doing a bunch of housework and stuff.
You have been, and you've been awesome about it. And that has been impressive.
There you go. All right, so you have
So,
experience.
Experience dealing with you. And puppies. So,
I am puppy-like.
between the two. That is one way I put up with you.
I'm just like, oh, look at that squirrel.
Pretty much.
I'm going to go be friends with it / tear it apart.
All right, what's my next one? Distractions. Not sure if y'all can see behind us, but there are a lot of things in this room for Dawn to play with.
It's a lot.
A lot.
And I do use, I mean, I was looking around. I've been hankering for, I want a pedal steel. Right?
Where would you put it?
I've come to terms with the idea that in order to get a pedal steel, I have to get rid of things to get the pedal steel.
Well, I'm pretty sure you got to get rid of things to pay for the pedal steel. But
Well, that too, right? But space and money, and I can't bring myself to get rid of any of this for the pedal steel.
Right.
So I'm going to wait.
So lots of distractions gets Don out of my hair. So that's always good. Makes him busy. Keeps him quiet. Now, granted, sometimes when you're quiet is when I gotta come looking for you and make sure you haven't managed to knock yourself out.
That happens. I fall asleep in the weirdest parts of this house.
He really does.
We were supposed to do this show last night. I fell asleep on the couch.
I think we both fell asleep like mid-conversation with each other last night on the couch.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been working very hard.
Yeah. So, distractions help. Manipulation.
What do you mean?
What is the point of me having tits if I can't use them?
Oh, that's sexist.
It's sexist, but it works really well with you.
That's sexism. Casual sexism. Hashtag.
But
You might need to turn up.
But is it sexism towards... Is it sexism towards me or sexism towards you? Because you're so easily manipulated by the sight of my tits.
I mean, I think it just perpetuates the objectification of women, and therefore it doesn't really matter. It's just bad in general.
I will remind you of that.
That's a really cute picture of Regal Cat. I'm starting to understand what you're doing here.
I took that one.
But, you know, with the manipulation, though, there have been many a time where I have recognized that you were trying to train me, and then it just falls apart because then I just refuse to do it because I will not be manipulated.
Yeah, but you won't. It only works when you recognize it. When you don't recognize it, then it works like just beautifully.
I need to give me some of that. All right.
Yeah. So, manipulation. I have a warped sense of humor. Pretty much anybody who really knows me can attest to this.
I have a very dark sense of humor.
Yes. So, you know, my warped sense of humor helps me to laugh at Don rather than get mad at him on occasion.
Oh, you get mad at me.
Oh, I still get mad at you, but, you know, there are
something at me.
There are some times where I just frickin' laugh at you instead of getting mad at you.
Yeah, but then you just walk away and I go, crazy lady's crazy. Because when you walk away and it makes no sense and you're giggling, it's like, where's the lock on this door? All right.
Oh, come on. So, yeah, sense of humor helps. I can sleep through almost anything.
Yeah, that's true. I once made a music video with you asleep in the room.
You made 2 music videos, death metal music videos, with me asleep in the room.
I don't know that I want to call them death metal. I mean, we were
They were in the vein of death metal. The style of music was in the vein of death metal. It wasn't the lyrics weren't necessarily death metal, but the style of music was in that vein.
There was a term for it. We had come up with a weird subject.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
It's happy metal, right?
It's happy metal.
I like the bunnies. I like the kittens. They're really fluffy. I like the fluffy.
Yes, and I'm sure you can still find that video on YouTube somewhere.
It's true. Maybe I should remember to leave a card.
You should. So, yeah, that was... I can sleep through that. I can sleep through you talking at me.
Yeah.
Which helps, because, you know, otherwise I'd just get mad at you for waking me up.
I tend to think verbally. That's true.
You tend to think out loud, yes.
Yep.
When working through anything. Even if I really don't care. And on the same vein, I'm really good at tuning you out, too.
I'm sorry, what?
Exactly.
All right. Why am I blurred?
This picture looked far less blurry on when I was going through it, so I didn't realize it was blurred until it just popped up.
I should probably use that one for my social media stuff.
It doesn't look as blurry on the tiny screen.
Yeah, that's true. That looks like Brass House.
It is.
Or
That
no, that's Highball.
Is that Highball?
Yeah, that's Highball. I recognize that curtain. That was
Oh,
probably
yeah,
the
okay.
first gig at Highball before we got them the logo.
Yes,
Now they
probably.
project the logo onto the wall. It's very
Probably,
nice.
and it was probably from quite a distance too that I took it. So
Yeah.
yeah. So we're
That's
both.
the Jazz Destroyers.
It is.
Everybody should go subscribe to that one too. Do you know we have more subscribers on this channel by about 50?
I didn't know it was by that much.
Yeah, we have a lot more. We have more subscribers on this channel than that. I wish
Okay.
everybody go check out the Jazz Destroyers.
Okay. So yes, we're both busy people. You know, Don has his day job and he has his band and he has the label.
Yep.
And I've got my day job and I've got school and part-time at the label.
Yep.
And so, you know.
So, I mean, it's like an extremely I mean, how many hours a week would you say you put in on the label?
I don't put in very many at all.
Exactly.
Because of school. You know, I'm putting in so many at school and so many at work. It's like I need to sleep sometime. I'm not young enough to get away with the I'll sleep when I'm dead bit.
Though you know, probably Thursday we're doing another production run, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
I've been waiting for you to get me artwork for the next production run.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna do some more production runs. Okay.
So yes, we are both busy people. So you know, I occasionally miss my husband, but my aim is getting better.
You hit me. You threw a camera charger at me.
It was an empty camera charger. We gutted the darn thing.
It hit me right here, and it hurt, and it's still tender.
It was not a used.
This was yesterday.
It was not a used camera charger. We had gutted the darn thing. I know we'd gutted the darn thing because
That
I
one's
had
not the gutted one.
That was the gutted one.
No.
Yeah, that was too light to be anything but the gutted one.
No, they're just light now. Check the one downstairs. They're just light. All right, what's next? That's it.
That was it.
So that's how you put up with me, huh?
That is how I put up with you.
I
And
don't
tequila,
dare.
but not
I don't
lately.
dare make a video about how I put up with you. I dare not. That would be sexist. Okay? Sexist.
Either that or you get in trouble with the federal government. One of the two.
Okay. So let's talk about the pros and cons of multi-track recording. When I say multi-track recording, I'm actually not talking about what I do, which is like 4 guys live in a room recorded to 8 separate tracks, right? Those are the records I make.
Right.
For really specific reasons.
You're talking more about where it's like one track at a time, but it's lots and lots and lots of tracks.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And so like Sounds in Between, we re-recorded one track.
Mm-hmm.
And it was frustrating to agree to do it, but it was the right call. The version we came out with is significantly better than what we recorded the first time.
Okay.
So, but it's another day, and where we recorded what, nine songs the last session. This one we spent all day doing one take of something else. This is the pitfall of multi-track recording.
Yes.
So we needed to overdub the drums.
Mm-hmm.
And the drums are bleeding into the original oud a lot. Plus, when that was loose, then everything else gets loose. So overdubbing is just a nightmare. You're almost required to use a click track. In hindsight, we should have used a click track.
Okay.
But, you know, here we are. So
I thought that was kind of using a click track for them was a little difficult because of the time signatures.
I think that one was okay, but it's a great tune, and the performance came out really well. But we probably spent 5 hours today manufacturing that performance, where we could have gotten it in 4 or 5 takes with a drummer.
Yeah.
And that's the pitfall with multi-track recording, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is when you're actually trying to make output, you can spend one day, you can spend 24 hours on a song. I've certainly done it. That was kind of my budget when I was doing those, like, I sing, and I need you to make a whole band behind me. I would spend about 24 hours per track.
Yeah.
And break that up into 2 12-hour days, it would take you 20 days to make an album that way.
Mm-hmm.
At 12-hour days.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I'm down to do that, but I have a day job, right?
Yeah.
So we have to make our records the way they were originally made, which is very live in a room.
Mm-hmm.
We record to multiple tracks all at once, like we record each microphone.
Mm-hmm.
And we're cognizant about bleed,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't truly remove something or add it.
Right.
But you get a lot of control in the mix. And I think a lot of people get hung up on this, like they decide they want to multi-track and overdub and overdub and overdub, and it's great because it sounds better, but the reality is you're going to spend all that time, you're not going to get better. You're just going to
Right.
get frustrated. And really the way to do it is to get together with a group of people and get better, like spend that time rehearsing and then get it in one complete take, and you're going to be much happier with it.
Sure. And also, when you do it with a group, you know, you're feeding off each other's energy. So it tends to make for a more interesting track.
It's
In
true.
general.
Well, that's why you would get better, right?
Yeah.
Doing these endless overdubs by yourself doesn't count as practice.
No.
It's
And you lose the energy, especially as you get frustrated with
absolutely, right? So I'm not advocating do it like with no effort, but you gotta be reasonable when you're doing these kinds of recordings.
Mm-hmm.
And getting people live in a room gets a better performance every time.
it. Sure.
And unless you want to go in and spend 10, 15 hours editing, the only way to do it realistically is to record live. I use tape. The tape keeps me from going down that rabbit hole.
Right.
Digital, I could fake a lot of things,
Yeah.
but I don't, because I don't have the time, and I believe in making records in a documentary way.
Well, you know, you've also done projects where you literally did it a track at a time, and
Yeah.
you know, it's not like you've never done it that way.
Yeah, no, I've
so,
made pop records.
So,
But I don't think you get a better result. I think you get a lot more polish.
sure.
That's about it. So, there's a lot of cons. The pros of multi-track recording is usually technological or logistical. So,
Yeah.
if all you have are 2 inputs, yeah, you probably want to do some overdub if you're not trying to make a very acoustic sounding record.
Mm-hmm.
And if all you have is 2 inputs, I would recommend getting more inputs. I believe in at least 4.
Mm-hmm.
I use 4 on the drums. I record to 8 tracks,
Sure.
and that's what I work with. I have a 16 channel board, but I don't usually do sessions that require 16 channels, except Freeform Fridays. Those are my big.
Yeah.
Oh,
But also, you know, multi-track comes in handy if you happen to be a solo artist without a band,
yeah, but
and you're looking to do
get
a band record. Yeah, but if you're looking to, you know, do a band record, or if you're looking to do even a demo with with band instrumentation,
Okay, they're good for demos.
you know, and maybe you can't really play drums, but you can play one drum at a time, which I know people who have
sounds
done it that
awful.
way.
Don't do it.
But I know people who have done it that way, and it turns out okay sometimes. You know, granted,
At that point,
some of
yeah.
these people have had many, many years of experience doing it this way. So, but yeah,
Just learn how to
That's-
play the drum. Okay.
that's easier said than done for some people.
Well, I think a lot of it is you got to realize is what you're dealing with a permanent problem? No, never.
Sure.
Right? It's a temporary problem. You multi-track to solve problems. Like if you want to work with people who are not nearby,
Yeah.
you have to do multi-track. Mm-hmm. But the result sounds different. The performance sounds different.
Sure.
And you're better. I would say you're better off spending your time trying to get sounding really great in a room than trying to collaborate with people over the internet. So what are your thoughts on the multi-track recording? Right, we do a lot of this production stuff. So subscribe, right? We do a video every day.
Yep.
Some days it's audio stuff. Some days it's, what we've got going on in our world.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, let's move on. What's next? This is our last announcements video.
Yes. Which I found out about yesterday.
I'm not doing any more of these. I do these and nobody I get like 4 views and 3 of those are me just systematically clicking like. So I don't think anybody's really watching this clip except for this week, right?
Yeah.
Because this week we got a great big announcement. But I want to...
No, we got a shout out. We don't have an announcement. We were doing part of the shout outs.
Yeah, we're going to transition. This will be one video this week.
One video, okay.
All right. So I just want to go through this quick. The Jazz Destroyers Live is currently on iTunes.
Yes.
Right? It's on Amazon. I think it's even on Spotify. But if you see me, you can get a download card for $5. And pretty soon we're going to have $10 CDs of that.
Right.
I looked into it. It's $3 shipping.
Okay.
So we have to get our web store going. That's one of our goals. But it'll be $3 shipping for any of these things.
Yeah.
Best of Freeform Fridays 2016. The first production run is done.
Yes.
So Best of Freeform Fridays 2016 is a compilation of the Freeform Fridays videos that we've done. Mm-hmm. And we put them onto a record because that was always the intention.
Yep. And
it's pretty stellar. My mom did a watercolor that was just gorgeous. My mom's getting a shout out. Hi, Mom. The next is Jomo and the Possum Posse, live at the Highball. So I'm going to let them do it. I'm going to let them mix it.
Okay.
And I gave them right of refusal.
Okay.
Because I put all that work into that mix, and then they wanted to re-record it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't put another 10 hours in and then have you want to re-record. But he's confident in the mix. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. As long as he likes it this time.
I have to reiterate. I had to tell. So that one's in process. That's coming out. We just recorded Sounds in Between. I'm hoping to get that one complete by Friday.
Okay.
So on some level, like, you do want everybody to be happy, but the mix is my call.
Yeah.
So, like, Sounds in Between, I did a rough draft of the mixes, and they were not happy. And I agree with the notes, right? Mm-hmm. That's why I got a compressor laying on the board right now. I'm going to take another stab at it. But ultimately, the mix is my call as the label, right? Because it's just... It has to get done. Mm-hmm. Somebody's got to make the call. So, and I'm the one to make the call. So but Sounds in Between, hopefully we're going to get that out by Friday. Right now, still on Bandcamp, so it's getoffmylawnrecords.bandcamp.com, it's a secret to nobody.
Yes.
Which is an electronic album I made. Mm-hmm. And it's pay what you want, including Zero. Mm-hmm. So you can just go listen to it, download it, check it out, right? And that's going to change once we have the physicals going.
Yep.
I'll put a price tag of $5 on it. So, also on that vein is 2006 and Beyond. Mm-hmm. That one's going to take me a little longer to get physicals put together, but it's already on YouTube here. You can look at a playlist on our channel. If you go to the Get Off My Lawn Records landing page and you go to playlists, there's a full album for you to enjoy right now. Mm-hmm. And I made it in college, and it took a lot of time. Jesse Thunderwake, American Icon. Let's get through this production run, and then we'll get to work on making DVDs.
Yeah.
We talked about It's a Secret to Nobody, but we are living in the age of neo-feudalism. So probably by October, I probably need to finish it by October, so we'll get it done. Escape from Ignorance, Steven's still writing, and then Millicent Hughes.
will be May, right?
Late May.
Late May now?
I think it's late. Well, we're going to record it, and then it's going to take a couple weeks to put everything together.
Okay.
And those are the label announcements.
Yes.
I'm not sure how much time I'm going to have. Maybe 1, maybe 2 more artists. The original plan was 12. I don't think I'm going to be able to do 12.
Yeah.
So, not this year. So
12 is ambitious.
Yeah, I'm on the lookout for a punk band.
Yeah.
I'd like to do a punk record. I'd like to do like Jomo and the Possum Posse. They're a country band and they're comedy.
Mm-hmm.
But I really want to do a straight up stand up comedian. I want to do one for them.
Okay.
And that's probably about it for the lineup. Maybe a rock band, but I think we've got our lineup locked. So those couple things. But if you know somebody who's great, get them in touch. I want to hear it. So maybe one more. All right. That's our announcements. Do you have any announcements?
Nope.
Oh, come on.
Nope. I got shout outs.
You have a shout out? What's your first shout out?
My first shout out is to our family and friends.
Yeah.
Yes. Because yesterday we posted a picture on Facebook. Yesterday being April Fool's Day. That was the sonogram picture you see behind me. And, we had quite a few people who were like, wait a minute, it's April Fool's Day. Hold on. It's not a joke. As of Tuesday the 4th, I will officially be in the second trimester. So, yeah. Hence all of our references to October, which is my due date. So we're doing, this is our show, and then we'll be back to regular scheduled programming. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you'll probably get another batch of special episodes. So I want to give a shout out to everybody who left a comment. Because I got a lot of comments. And, I did change my profile picture.
You did.
But we're going to do the one you posted it with. You posted it.
Yes, because I tagged you in it.
And then you tagged me.
So that was everybody.
So Jared James, is that a mini more? That's pretty funny.
Apparently.
Jeremiah Venture McGee carries the puns. More? Congratulations. Colin Davis gave a weird...
I think that's supposed to be like one of the Tinkerbell type.
Colin's not babysitting.
Tixie.
All right, congratulations.
He's in Seattle, so babysitting would be a little tricky.
From Celsa, Gallegos Vigil.
I don't ask. Yeah, my cousin.
Your cousin's... yeah, thank you. I got to meet her at your family reunion.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
You met her and her sister Claire.
That's right. I remember them both. Cody, friend of the show, he's been on, I think, just one episode. I don't understand the thing he posted, but he posted a thing doing this, so. And then post, congratulations, thank you.
Yes.
If you're still, Julie Kempton Woodward, if you're still pregnant on April 2nd, then I'll believe it.
Yes.
Say hello.
Hi, Julie. So far, no miscarriage, so...
We're getting there. It's a little terrifying. So if we stop talking about it all of a sudden, that's why.
No, there will probably be some announcement.
No. Congratulations, Nicole Gold, who I think I went to high school with.
No.
No?
No.
It's a different Nicole. That's one of your friends.
Yes.
Hello, Nicole. I don't know you. All right. Therefore, I do not... If you watch the early episodes, I give a bleep.
Yeah.
Katie Fable. comments, lies.
Okay, to be fair, Katie
And
has
then
known
you
me.
got on and you
Yeah, there
you
was.
engaged.
I engaged, but to be fair, Katie has known me since like second grade, so.
What is this lie of which you speak? The lie where Subway was the one putting baby carrots in my sandwiches, perhaps? You're gonna have to explain that inside joke.
That inside joke was.
It's a winky face. You draw your winky faces with a dash. You give them a nose.
I do give them a nose. Okay, what that is during high school, we had like a little cart where you could get Subway or Arby's or I think Pizza Hut was an option. And, you know, me trying to cut back on grease or whatever at the time, I went for like the turkey sub or whatever it was.
Okay.
And so I'd get the turkey sub and, you know, I'd bring it over to where my friends were sitting. And then I'd go get like a soda or chips or something from a vending machine.
Okay.
And I'd come back and I'd be eating my sandwich. And occasionally I would bite into the sandwich and there would be this baby carrot like right in the middle of the damn thing.
A whole baby carrot.
A whole baby carrot. And I'd be like, what the heck? And this
Notice
happened.
she's already stopped using curse words. All right, go ahead.
And so this would go on and on, like every so often, like all throughout high school. And, you know, I thought it was just a fluke because it wasn't happening every time. And, you know, my friends would all be like, wow, that's really strange. And it wasn't until after graduation that they confessed that the baby carrots were only ending up in my sandwich when Katie brought baby carrots in her lunch. And they were sneaking them in when I went to go get my soda.
Your friends are trolling you.
They were totally trolling me all through high school and didn't tell me until after we graduated.
Well, that explains Richard's comment. Oh, is that how it happened? You'll have to ask Jenny. I was just a victim.
Yes.
Winky face with a nose. Y'all be writing with noses.
I like noses. Makes it look like an actual face.
And then you posted some sort of image that I can't see. Mommy's little Ghostbuster. Or Dustbuster.
Chestbuster.
Chestbuster. That's true.
I think it's an alien reference.
Oh. Yeah, also. Also true. All right. Danielle Salonica, congrats. Thank you. Yeah, I can't spell congratulations either. I can't do it. Autocorrect does it. Thank you, though. Danielle's one of my... I work at the day job with Danielle. She's awesome. Erica Huckabee. You can't fool me. Weird face. You spilled the beads to her early.
She knew about it. She was in on the joke. And so I had asked her to help perpetuate the joke.
And then Brittany Lane, congrats maybe? Little skepticism. Granted, we were on radio silence.
Yeah, we were on radio, or we tried to be on radio silence.
Well, I answered the phone from your parents. So this is about 3 hours in. Desiree Valentine says, yay, you're gonna be a papa. G-U-N-N-A. I'd never seen it spelled that way before.
Really?
No. I remember Desiree and I went to elementary school together. I've known her for years. She's good people.
Yeah, I guess usually you see it spelled with an O, huh?
I need to follow up with her. She was supposed to get her YouTube channel off the ground.
Okay.
Eugene! Congratulations. Come on my show, Eugene. I want
Yes.
Eugene to be on the show so bad. He would be great. Yeah, Eugene made a really cool app. Then Claire, fantastic. Welcome to motherhood. Blessings on your family. Thank you.
Yeah, Claire is currently pregnant as well, so.
Now Katie Fable. No judgment, but I'ma just leave this right here. ... Here's why April Fool's fake pregnancy jokes aren't funny. Katie.
Kitty, we have been trying for 2 years to make this happen.
Katie, the whole joke was that it was true.
Now,
And that being said, it's usually guys pulling that prank.
now, just because Katie is, 7.5 months, 8 months pregnant. Now, we can forgive her for completely losing her sense of humor. Because, carrying around that much weight does not make anybody feel funny.
So then I replied, because I can't. Was yesterday the first? Richard replies, yesterday was the first, but today is the second. The picture and post is still here. Just saying. As if I'm some kind of jerk.
No, I think that was actually directed at Katie.
And I said, stay tuned for the podcast this evening. It's going up late. He might have to listen to it at the desk on Monday.
Well, he's 2 hours behind us, so.
Oh, that's true.
So he
Renee
might.
Perry sends a congrats sticker of a cute little deer. It's like Bambi in a cake. Thanks, Renee. My Aunt Julie, OMFG. That is so awesome. There's so many exclamation points, y'all. Congrats, Don and Carissa. Love you both. Thank you. This is Julie's first time being a great aunt.
Yes, it is.
Wait. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you've got other cousins on that side of the family that I don't know about.
No.
Huh?
No. So, thank you, Julie. And Marta Cisco, who used to live in our house.
Yes.
That's the way I'm putting it. They've got a great little hotel up there.
They do.
They got that off the ground and it was great.
They do.
I was waiting for see if I was waiting for see it still you were pregnant. Ha ha ha. Congratulations. Thanks, Marta. Thank you.
See, she understands April Fool's Day. You wait till the next day, see if the joke's still there.
Yeah. But yeah, Marta and Jeff lived with us, and it was fine. But that was a point where it was like, no more roommates. We're done.
Yeah.
So we're done. And now.
But that is also the point where we started trying for kids too.
That's true. And now we're bringing in a roommate, basically.
We are.
One that's not even going to pay rent.
And that's going to be here for at least the next 18 years.
What did we do?
I don't know.
Well,
I think we lost our minds.
We kind of did. Now, I just want to check something. I think I got some comments.
You did.
On my profile picture.
You did.
And I need to look those up. So while we're doing that, why don't you explain why you were so upset with me?
Where to begin?
I had to run
okay.
And I hid. I locked myself in the bathroom.
I thought you were already in the bathroom
because
for that
there's
one.
a shout out to Aunt Becky.
Yes, who apparently doesn't understand April Fool's Day, and that if you're in on the joke, even inadvertently, you're supposed to play along. Yeah, apparently the deal had been we were going to post this, not mention anything to any of our families or anybody unless, they were given the explicit instruction to play along. Well,
that's okay.
Yeah, Don apparently failed in that regard and had called his father, who then promptly called all the rest of his family.
Y'all got big mouths. Y'all got some big mouths.
And Becky had posted something along the lines of,
I know it's not a joke. Congratulations, yes.
Yeah, which, me and hormones and basically pissed me off to no end.
You chased me around the house for a good hour.
I did not chase you around the house. I knew exactly where you were. You'd locked yourself in the bathroom.
And then I locked myself in the studio, and you didn't realize I could lock myself in here.
Yeah, you did a lousy job of locking yourself in.
Yeah, I know. You could still throw stuff.
Uh-huh. So there was that. And then the other part of it was that we had agreed to be on radio silence. So that meant no responding to text messages, no answering phone calls, no responding to Facebook.
See, that's just cruel.
No, that was part of it.
Yeah,
that was part of the joke, because we were gonna get everybody asking us, and
for the
we see when people are excited, they're gonna ruin it.
Anyway, so I had sent stuff up to everybody.
You had.
And the only one, Chelsea got me her address too late. So but I had set everything to deliver on April 1. I wanted it to be, what the fuck is going on? And then assuage everybody's concerns that we were those people that did that. Mm-hmm. If it was a prank. I mean, of course, it's not a funny prank, Katie. Unless it's got little, like, claws or something.
Yeah, if it's clearly an alien baby, then okay. You know.
But, yeah, it's a cruel joke otherwise.
For sure.
So I just wanted everybody to be in on the what the heck, and then confirm.
Yeah.
Your parents called me. They were like, wait, we just got something in the mail and we saw Facebook. And I'm like, yeah, money was spent. And he's like, I don't understand.
Yeah, you did manage to confuse the heck out of my dad.
I'm too cheap to spend money on a gag. So,
yeah, considering I spent what, $175 on those frickin' ultrasound pictures. Yeah,
God.
that was not a cheap gag if it were a gag.
yeah.
So, yeah, so basically, the deal had been to be on radio silence, and Don answered the phone when he wasn't supposed to.
I forgot. Okay.
So
let's get back over to the shout-outs. So Steve Stern comments, this better not be an April Fool's thing, Donald W. Moore. You know all of my friends were in on it.
Who the heck did you tell?
Everybody.
Why?
I'm excited. I'm excited. I have been showing the pictures around at work. I'm just very excited. See, this is the best part. You get to see this reaction right now. She had no idea. She thought I was keeping it cool. No, I was telling everybody, like, what we're going to do, how funny the joke's going to be. And it was very funny.
It's not a joke if everybody's in on it.
Sure it is.
And that explains why all your friends said congratulations.
Actually, like, Nicole and... Anyway, so Steve Stern, you know, and then he says, he's going to make us wait to know the real truth, ... Desiree replies, pretty much Steve Stern, Steve and we all went to high school together. Mm-hmm. I then post, the podcast is going up later today. So what's up, guys? Steve,
Hi.
I promise I will get my stuff to you. I gotta...
Yes.
What's the deadline this year? You know what? It's got to go up tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah,
it's got to go up tonight. I just got to do it.
Yeah.
All right. Nicole, yes, what he said. Thanks, Nicole. LaBrittany posts some sort of question mark emoticons and then ... sir. And then Nicole goes, hey, LaBrittany. And then, hey, Nicole. Like, neither of them work at the day job anymore. So it's nice I get to be a reunion of sorts. Shawana Franklin posts some sort of excited or... I don't know. It's a face.
It's a face.
And then another... And then one of those little Despicable Me guys...
Yes.
Cheering. Caitlin Meek, friend of the show. Mm-hmm. Congratulations. I don't think I told Caitlin. Did I tell you?
I don't know. Isn't she like in Arizona now or something?
She probably reached out. I told Michael. She would have asked Michael, and Michael would have told her. Yeah, I've been keeping.
You told everybody.
Everybody. I'm like
everybody. Done.
I know.
And what would have happened if I had miscarried? You would have had to turn around and tell them all, no, sorry.
No, I left them all with the caveat of, and then if we never speak of it again, that's what it is. Seems
you
reasonable.
Jinxed us. You freaking jinxed us.
Here we are. Next week we're talking about confirmation bias, just so you know, on the Carissa. All right, Greg Sisko. When you post this, do you get a pop-up that says, congratulations, you are the 1 millionth person to try this April Fool's prank? See, the fact that we went totally meta and went true with it is funny. Or not. Leave a comment.
I thought it was funny. I was amused.
Leave a comment. Let me know. Brian posts a picture of a birthday cake. It says, congratulations, you done it. Congratulations, you done it. So thanks, Brian. So yeah, that's what's going on in our world. Those are our shout-outs this week. And to everybody in the Get Off My Lawn Records family.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, you're now going to have to deal with that picture being Dawn's
That's my profile picture.
profile picture.
I'm very excited.
Yes. I'm not quite excited yet. Mainly because I know all of the things that can go wrong that we haven't been able to test for yet.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we may never speak of this again.
I'm not excited yet.
So yeah, let's move on. What's next? The technical versus artistic decisions. What is that face you're giving me? Okay.
I don't know. I'm just not that interested in the topic.
I know you are not. But I wanted to remind everybody that when you're making something, there's a lot of technical decisions that have to be made. You do things for technical reasons. Mm-hmm. Right? And if you can get everything where it's all technically correct, then you get to start making artistic decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're working with people, it becomes very hard to explain, like, this is technically wrong, this is playing incorrectly on my speakers.
Mm-hmm.
And oftentimes a lot of people will do things that are technically incorrect and claim that it's to break the rules or something, but it's just wrong.
It just sounds bad.
It just sounds bad, right? So
be artistic all you want, but if it just sounds bad, it just sounds bad, and you're not going to get anybody to listen to it.
Right. Understand that everything has to get to a technical standard of useful.
Yes.
And then you get to start making artistic decisions.
Yeah.
I like to talk about things like utilitarian, right? You make a utilitarian mix. All the faders up, relatively balanced, done.
Sure.
That's a bare minimum.
Sure.
The rest is gravy. So when you're working with others especially, it's important to recognize and appreciate that whether you're having a disagreement over a technical issue or an artistic one.
Yeah.
And with an artistic issue, it really just comes down to, well, who owns that part of this?
Mm-hmm.
Right? The endless... There's a reason I own all the mixes. It's because somebody's got to own them. And ultimately, I solicit the feedback, but it's still my name credited as that. So,
yeah.
So if a band isn't 100% happy with the mix, okay, is it technically correct? That's all I'm... Ultimately, that's what I'm most concerned about.
Sure.
I want to help people realize their vision, and I want to pay attention to the artistic intent behind the project.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot. No two people would mix a thing identically.
True.
But within the range of it, it's you have to understand. You have to be able to evaluate. Is the thing I'm looking at in the range of technically correct? Or, especially when I'm evaluating things for other people, it's like, am I hearing a technical problem or am I hearing an artistic problem?
Yeah.
And when I'm evaluating demos, I'm listening for artistic. I'm not listening for technical problems.
Right, because technical can be fixed when you re-record.
Right. And I'm not doing P&D deals where people just send me finished recordings.
Yeah.
It's not my business. I would have a hard time sleeping at night being that kind of label. Because we all carry each other's records to the gigs.
Right.
So whenever you're doing a creative work, just keep that in mind, that there's technically incorrect, there's technically correct, and then everything else beyond that is artistic. And you have to honor that about each other. That's why I don't tell people about guitar tone.
Yeah. Guitar tone is very subjective.
It's too subjective. Can I hear every note? Is every note clear? Okay. That's all I can do. Like, I can have an opinion, but we're just talking about opinions, and that's not productive.
Yeah.
So that's our production advice.
There's also such a thing as being so technically correct that you destroy the artistic, and I am talking about the effect of Pro Tooling something to death.
Nobody calls it that anymore.
I know.
The dinosaurs?
I know, but I've heard it happen on a commercial release, and it doesn't matter how great your songwriting is. It doesn't matter how great your performance is. If you do that, your music is not... It may be technically correct, but it's not listenable.
Yeah. But if it's technically correct, it's not listenable to you, and it's listenable to somebody. Now,
I don't know. I talked to his manager, and he said that he couldn't get anybody to call him back after that album came out. So
well, and especially when you're trying to like get noticed by it, it's pretty obvious when things are too overpolished.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you have to spend the time playing better, not spend the time trying to edit your way into sounding like you play better.
Right.
And that's what that's part of why I take the documentarian approach that I do. So leave a comment. Let me know about some technical decisions or artistic decisions you've had to work on. And hit share, right? Like, sharing the video helps a lot. And this one's a big one for us. So if you're one of our regular viewers, thank you. Thanks for checking it out. All right, let's move on to our last section. This is Everybody Gets a Trophy.
Yes.
And the first trophy I want to give is to Chris Peterson.
Okay.
Through some strange security setting thing, I can't friend Chris Peterson on Facebook, and Chris Peterson can't friend me on Facebook.
How the heck does that happen? How
I think
can
we
you
have no mutual friends.
So because you have no mutual friends means you can't friend each other even though you are friends?
Like, I don't allow people who are not who I have no mutual friends with to friend me.
Oh.
And he does too. So when we have no mutual friends, we can't. It's like a stalemate. And neither of us wants to go in and figure out how to turn that off.
I don't think that I've got that. So if he wanted to try to friend me, and then you could friend him.
Yeah, that might work. All right.
So,
but I wanted to give the trophy. I wanted to give the
the aborted friendship trophy.
No. But I left him out of the joke. I left him out of the whole gag.
Okay.
So I think he noticed that I had changed my profile picture. Because we talk all the time on Messenger. We just can't actually friend each other.
Okay.
So...
Yeah, tell Chris, find me on Facebook and friend me, and then we could get that going, because that does not seem right. that just does not seem right.
Yeah, I'll send him a link to your profile or something. So... Yeah, it's not right. I love Chris to pieces. He's getting his stuff. I may start doing his podcast with him to help, because his partner is like taking a break or something. So
okay.
I may start doing that, but
okay.
I don't know nothing about comics, so we'll see how that goes. I'm like, I don't know nothing about comics, but all right. But yeah, Chris has 3 kids. I'm gonna try to have him on for next week.
Like comic strips or comic books?
No, comic books. Like,
okay.
Chris and I could talk. Like, I would read Death of Superman and talk to Chris about that.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, he's got 3 girls, I think.
Wow.
And he's a single dad. So.
Jeez.
So I want to have him on, because if anybody's gonna know about all this, he might have some advice.
Yes.
Plus, I just assume you're gonna leave me at any moment.
Well, you can't keep your mouth shut, so you know.
That's true. It's true. I was just so excited. Yeah, I told my mom, I told my dad. I told everybody.
And what, told them not to tell me that they knew?
Uh-huh.
Well, there goes the trust in our relationship.
Oh, ja.
Can't trust you to keep your mouth shut.
This was I'm terribly excited. So I want to give you the Patience Award for obvious reasons. For being patient with me while I disregard everything you... It was a cruel joke. It
was not a cruel joke.
If you were going to make your parents wonder for 24 hours, it would have been a cruel joke.
I did make my parents wander for 24 hours.
Sure you did. Okay.
I did. I didn't talk to them until today.
You're yelling at me. They called me, remember? Okay.
Yeah, and we didn't confirm anything until today.
Right.
Because I took your phone away after that, remember?
Yes, you did. So...
Because you obviously cannot be trusted with it. Well, you get the Big Mouth Award for obvious reasons.
Yeah. Don't care.
Remind me not to trust you with state secrets.
Hashtag worth it. It's an exciting time. So the show's going to be changing. We're going to figure out how the show is going to change. Because there will be weeks where, like, especially afterwards, I will have to figure out a way to do the show by myself, probably for a little bit when that comes. But we'll deal
No, well, what it'll be, the baby will be in a freaking bassinet at my feet.
Yep. And then be like, oh, needs fed. Or it'll be like, fed, time to do the show.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's happening. And we're gonna raise a child in a functional music studio.
Yes.
So I think that's how the show's changing.
Hopefully the cats will not teach the kid to chew on cables.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
So I want to give the audience the Hanging in There award. As always, you guys made it all the way to the end. So way to go. And on that note,